Hey there, friends. Thank you for joining me for a quick pop-up read here. Hey. All right, friends. So it's going to be a quick reading, okay? Because I have a little bit of time. I thought I would throw it in. Hey, Javiera. Hey, Dave. Hey, Red Velvet. So, there's been a lot of crazy energies going around, a lot of Mercury retrograde kind of stuff going around, right? Hey, Karen. And so what I thought we would do is just really quick energy check-in. Now, it's going to be a group reading, so to speak. So anyone who hasn't been in a reading with me, please know and understand that not all messages are going to resonate with everybody, but that's okay. You'll know if this is making sense for you because it will make sense to you. That's it. So we're going to look at, what are the energies right now? What does this new energy have in store for you? Your energy, what do you need to be aware of, all that kind of good stuff, and how are things going to work out for you? Do you see orbs? Because I don't see them. But then again, I'm not looking, right? Hey, Mina. Okay, beautiful. Hey, Jen. All right, so overall theme, just look at the energies right now for all of us, because I'm going to get right into it right away. Ooh, yeah. And as well, I will put this replay up on YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the overall themes of what's going on right now for this retrograde. Boom, renewing your life. Isn't that the truth? 100%, friends. So what are you cleaning up? What are you looking at? Or what clutter is being put in front of you that you need to take action on? 100%, okay? So let's talk about some detail. I think I'm going to use these earth cards. Earth cards. Hey, friends, thank you for joining. Okay, so let's take a look. What does this energy have in store for all of us right now? Okay, what do we have to? What's in store for all of us? Here. Ooh, okay, Green Man and Synergy. That's a really nice card. Actually, I wasn't expecting such a nice card for, a retrograde. But, this is interesting. Now, Green Man and Synergy, what it also means is that you're seeing synchronicities, right? So what are you noticing that's showing up in your life right now where there's connections being made? Now, some of the other things that are coming up energetically that some of you might be experiencing is either relationships from the past still coming forward. There is a lot of purging of information in old relationships and old baggage. So what I mean by that is even people that you haven't heard from in maybe like 10 years might be reaching out to you to either settle something or just send a well wish. And so know and understand that even though in some cases you may have healed from whatever this relationship is or these things coming up from the past, know and understand that sometimes the people on the other side haven't. And so they also need an opportunity to be able to shed themselves, shed whatever part of baggage or contribution to that experience that they had. So please keep that in mind and be kind to our friends that maybe haven't always been kind to us. So if that message is for you, please take that, because Green Man and Synergy does mean a lot of good things, but it definitely also means you're going to see these synchronistic type things happening. So also anyone who's seeing numbers and all that crazy stuff, right? Now, watching the numbers and seeing like 444 or 888 or anything like that show up is like really beautiful. But what you can do for yourself, considering the synergy of it, when you see these synergistic moments, so whenever you see the numbers, the animals, whatever that is for you, these other people coming back from your lives like we talked about, ask yourself the question, what do I need to know? Okay, so even if I just see a 444, stop in the moment and kind of calm that mind and ask, what do I need to know? Is there a message for me? Okay, because a lot of these synchronicities are going to mean different things for different people. All right, so let's move on. Your energy during this phase right now in retrograde, okay? Again, some of this might resonate with you guys and some may not. That's okay. Boom. Okay, volcano and volatility. Yikes. Okay, your energy. So who's feeling the heat, right? Now, what this also talks about is either tension being created. I mean, you can see by the card in itself, there's a certain amount of tension that was created, and then there is either a release or an explosion, okay? Again, there might be some synchronistic things that showed up prior to that gives you an idea that sometimes other things are going to happen. But with this card, understand, friends, that sometimes there's a lesson that needs to be learned here. This is a card about cyclical behavior or cyclical understandings of things, because if you look close at this card, It's kind of like an explosion. But after the dust settles, or out of the dust, right, we have two faces kissing, right? So that kind of says to me, in terms of the synchronicities in your energies during this this time, is maybe take a look at what you have on your plate, because if you can maybe digest this information to the point that you don't have an explosion, maybe we can just kind of calm those waters ahead of time, if you get what I'm saying here. It's about really knowing and understanding what it is on your plate that you are or are not happy with, and doing something about it before it gets to a point where it has to blow, okay? So that's your energy right now and during this next phase, okay? So let's keep going. What do you need to be open to at this time? What a great question, right? Thank you to everyone who's joined. I'm seeing you all come in. Yeah, those cards were jumping out. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be doing personal readings. We'll see. Okay, let's see. What do we need to be open to right now? What do we need to be open to? Ooh, wow. Okay, so this is an interesting message for all of you. What do you need to be open to? Fog and veiled, okay? So what this means for us moving forward is you're not gonna see what's coming ahead of you. Now that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It doesn't mean you have to worry or anything like that. But sometimes the paths we take, we don't see the steps that we're taking as we go on and as we move forward on that path. And as well, sometimes it also means we don't see the progress on the path that we're making as we're taking it. Because if you think about this picture, if you were gonna try to climb this mountain and you were in the middle of all of this fog, you wouldn't know where you were at. You wouldn't know if you're at the bottom, you wouldn't know if you're at the middle, if you were right about to succeed and get to, you know, that summit. So friends, this is also a card that's telling you, don't give up. Have faith. Continue to keep walking in that path, even though you don't see the progress that you're making, and even though sometimes you don't understand the path itself, right? Yeah, and I see a lot of you guys are saying it resonates. So keep going, okay? There's also a lot of healing to be had in this card, and it talks about progression at the same time. We move through the water, which is about our emotional stuff. These trees to me are always pain points or past baggage, but again, we move up through areas that we don't know. But sometimes the areas that we don't know can allow us to have the most creation and the most expansion as well. So don't be afraid to walk off that beaten path and get into unfamiliar territory, because sometimes that's when you find the best solutions, right? Right. Okay, friends, I'm glad that works for you guys. Beautiful, beautiful. So what kind of energy wants to manifest in this kind of retrograde time? Ooh, okay, what kind of energies are going to manifest? Ooh, ooh, okay, new moon and promise. Bam, okay, so yeah, support from others, absolutely. So new moon and promise, energies that you are manifesting. There could be some of you out there that are either trying to manifest a new relationship or manifest some sort of renewal in a relationship. Also, when it comes to yellow, yellow is that connection to the solar plexus chakra. And that always talks about your connection to yourself, your own self-esteem, and how you see yourself. So a lot of you might be even reviewing how you feel within a relationship and kind of deciding what is the future for all of these things. Because I mean, these two at the beach are clearly looking off into the sunset together, right? But you can't ignore the energies there, right? New moon and promise. If there's things that are beautiful that you're trying to work towards, and we're talking about what wants to manifest during this time, well, this is actually to me about rejuvenation and healing, okay? Because the yellow. I hope that makes sense for some of you guys. Okay. And how can I focus my attention to bring my desires into reality? What a beautiful thought. How do we focus my attention to get what we want? How do we focus our attention? Wow! I don't know if you saw that, but it was a new moon on Sunday, Claudia. I saw that. You're bang on. So, I don't know if you saw that, but that was a super cool card drop. So what do we need to do? How do we need to focus ourselves to get what we want? Clouds and shape-shifting. okay? You can't be afraid to transform. You can't be afraid to put on different hats, okay? Because what's that saying? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, you know, it's a definition of insanity, so to speak. But what this card talks about is transformation. It talks about being able to change, being able to flow and move with the times and move with the changes. And as well, this is an air element as well. So what this also means at the same time is some of you might be stuck in your head. Some of you might be thinking too much about this. And you know, sometimes when you get stuck in your head, it's hard to make decisions or make clear decisions. So friends, transform. Don't stay rigid, be flexible, and you'll be able to move forward here, okay? That's how you're gonna help manifest those desires into reality. And so for this other kind of interesting card drop, okay, because you saw this one jump and this one flopped. Yeah, I've never seen that happen. So ebb and flow, okay, ocean. So we've got this beautiful air element talking about the mind and focusing the mind, changing the mind and being flexible, okay? So this is going right down to the other spectrum, to the heart. So we're going right from the north direction, right to the south direction, okay? So keep your mind clear, don't think too much, don't make it more confusing than it needs to be, and flow. But this means emotionally be aware that you might, as you do these changes, you're going to feel kind of uncertain because you're in uncertain territory. And what that means is your emotions are going to go up and down, just like that ebb and flow of the ocean, right? So know and be mindful of yourself and where your emotions are at. And this is a theme that's come up a lot with people lately in terms of being mindful of where you're at. Where is my energy center at? Am I maybe in a negative flow and complaining, or, you know, just have that mindset of, oh man, things suck, or if something bad's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me? Because when you're in that mindset, that's what you're throwing out in front of you to walk into. That's the energy that you're creating, and that's what you're gonna walk into, okay, friends? So if you wanna be really mindful about what's going on, be paying attention to your feelings, because you can't stop yourself from having a negative thought now and then. It happens to everybody, but you can be in control of how long you sit in that frequency for. Now, sometimes you don't recognize you're in a bad funk for 2 minutes. Sometimes it's 20 minutes you're going like this and in a bad funk. Sometimes it's 2 hours, okay? You get to control how long that is. Forgive yourself if you don't notice that you're in a rut after 20 minutes. It's irrelevant of the amount of time until you notice. What is relevant is that you take ownership and action of when you start to notice yourself going down that funk, and then saying, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna do something better. And then when your brain takes you back to that place, or your emotions take you back to that place, that's when you have to say, no, I'm in control here. I'm the one who's gonna decide what I feel like right now, and this is where I'm steering my ship. In the ocean, right? Right. Does this make sense for you guys in terms of the energies going on right now? I saw that. That's funny. That's funny, the mermaid. Hi, Crystal Clear. Hi, Teresa. Okay, so let's see. I have a little bit of time. Let's see. Okay, and I have a little bit of battery on my phone too. So let's answer. Oh, wow, look at that flipping card. Fog and Veiled again. And for anybody who wasn't here at the beginning of the reading, I called out a card in terms of what was the overall energies of what's happening in this retrograde. Hey there. Mwah. Decluttering, renewing your life, okay? So again, this is just the overall theme of the stuff that's coming up for you right now. And we definitely went over some ways to deal and to manage and how to steer your ship, right? So, anybody have a question? Thank you, Jen. Mwah. Anyone have a question? I have a couple moments. Okay, hang on. I may not even do a question. Let's see, because cards are already coming out. Okay, is there a message for everybody here? Is there a message for everybody here? Some additional messages. There is. Is there some tension? Is there some tension mounting, friends? I don't know who's headbutting out there, okay? I don't know who's headbutting out there, but I feel that whoever this message is for, there has been already some tension in the past, maybe even arguing either with a significant other or with a close relationship, and I feel like things are starting to get hot, okay? Lightning and power. This is like power struggle energy for me when people are trying to kind of one up each other in that way. And what's interesting about this, again, I don't know who this is for, but it's going to cause some people to start thinking. It's going to cause either yourself or your partner to start looking at, am I here for the right reasons? Do I need to go on a vision quest? Do I need to kind of connect with myself and either go out in the woods and take that solitary time to really redefine what my vision is and what I need to do? Okay. Whale and breach. So this also means that whatever work that needs to be done is not going to be an instant gratification change. This means that you're going to have to put your head down and do the work in order to get the changes here. So there's at least a message for a couple of people here about stopping fighting and noticing when you're in, remember that volcano card of things piling up, okay? Before it gets too crazy, look at that information and do some healing work, okay? Hope that makes sense. Okay, so let me just take a quick look. I'll take a couple questions, okay? So guys, if I don't get to you, I'm sorry, but I will do my best. Yes, I'm gonna be at Earthworks tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. I'm there every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay? So if you ever wanna see me at Earthworks, you just give them a call at the store, 905-454-4826. You can make an appointment with me there anytime, okay? Okay, Lori. Any messages from about your, okay. What about Lori? Any messages for Lori with regards to health? I feel like there's still some exploration that's going on here in terms of pinpointing some things, okay? What do we need to know for Lori about that? How do we get to a resolution? I feel like there's like, I'm just being shown almost like if I'm on a boat and taking a trip and there's 2 pit stops. And what this makes me feel like is there's new information that's going to come to you, possibly 2 different pieces of information. I don't know if you have multiple doctors even, for example, or if like you're going to have one doctor telling you this and another doctor giving you another kind of answer, so to speak. It's just how that's showing up for me. 2 different pieces of information coming here. What does that mean for Lori? Lori, what does that mean for Lori? Go forward fearlessly and write about your thoughts and feelings. So I don't know if you've been doing any journaling lately, Lori, but that's definitely coming up for you. I don't know how this is going to relate to medical type stuff, but if you are journaling or taking, or for example, I don't know if this is also talking about writing down and like logging medical things. You know what I mean? Like sometimes if someone was trying to change things about dieting, they would note down their foods and, for example, how it made them feel the next day. So that's just an example of like journaling type stuff. So maybe this is also talking about monitoring or journaling how you feel in connection to these solutions. And the other card is beautiful. Go forward fearlessly. Okay, so this is and it's interesting that I also had that visual of the boats and moving forward in a boat. So it's just another validation that says you are on the right path. And this says, thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand and giving me confidence and courage, and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. So it's definitely a beautiful card that's giving you validation to keep going and that there isn't anything to fear. Okay? I hope that helps for you. How to survive the workplace, Exphelia. How to survive the workplace during these energies. So, in general, how to survive the workplace? Pay attention to your own zone. Just kind of like how I mentioned before, be mindful of how you are feeling in that moment. That present moment energy is so, so important, because even if there's other people around you, you can choose to be part of the pity party or you can choose to be part of the peace, okay? Choose peace. All right, choose peace, friends, okay? But let's see, any specific messages, any guidance for Ophelia. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. What's the guidance in the workplace? How to get through the workplace? How do we get help with the work? Rough climate, magician, King of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't know if, for example, in your workplace in particular, you have some strong energies of people who I don't know if your boss is, you know, like that kind of boss where they kind of boss people around, we'll say, but you know, I think you understand what I'm getting at, because I feel like there's some heavy-handed type energy in your workplace in itself that's making things difficult. It's the people, 100%. Okay, I have magician energy coming forward, so someone is trying to wield and change something. I think this is also you trying to change the climate of the workplace and seeing what can I do, whether it's just something for yourself or whether it's like a bigger picture point of view. But then I get King of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So this to me feels like a boss or a supervisor type energy who maybe is really good at talking a good game but doesn't know how to deliver or doesn't know how to be a good leader, for example. And as a result, in the workplace, the people underneath him or his team are kind of floundering because they don't have clear direction. That's what that feels like. And then I get Four of Swords, okay? And that's kind of about bringing in peace of mind, taking a rest, that kind of stuff. It's not a morbid card, but it's about sometimes having stability in terms of putting down the fight, if that makes sense. So give yourself a break from the harsh energies, these tough people. Okay, sometimes if someone's gonna, you know, oh, well, just do this, instead of sometimes arguing for the sake of arguing, sometimes it's best just to let sleeping dogs lie, like that kind of thing. Sometimes going along with it works out better than fighting the process, but you have to pick your battles, right? You got to pick your battles. But definitely there's an energy there of someone who talks a good talk but doesn't walk the walk, okay? So I don't know if that makes sense for you. Okay, Karen, new job for Karen. When's that coming? New job for Karen. When's that coming? Okay, so the information that I'm getting for you, Karen, there's something about not tying up loose ends, okay? So I don't know if you're in an existing job or if there's still something hanging on with the old job, or if you can't decide if you want to leave or something like that. And I'm seeing like documents being signed and stuff like that. So I don't know if you've already started a job search and you're waiting to hear back from an employer, a prospective employer. How long? Is there something coming for Karen? Hang on, there's my paper. Let me draw a timeline here for Karen. Oh, I'm almost at the end of my book. Okay, Karen, starting from today, when until we hear something? How long until we hear something? Okay, smaller scale. Okay. Scale of 1 to 30. What action will we see in terms of job communication for Karen? Okay. I don't think it's going to be that long, okay? It might be like a week even that you start to hear something, Karen, because I asked timelines in 2 different ways. Okay, and I think it might be very soon that you actually hear something. And like I said, I already kind of saw pictures of like documents, so I don't know if someone is creating like an offer, like that kind of thing, and then, you know, presenting an offer, so to speak. Anything coming up for Karen? Oh, 6 of Cups. Is this, I don't know if there's an old job that you applied to. Like what I mean is like going back to an employer you worked for previously or them calling you back, okay? This can also mean that, hang on, what else is there here? Okay, let me pull some more cards. What else is coming up for Karen? Karen and work. We're gonna get a job offer for Karen? You know, I feel that you are going to get an offer. I think you're going to look at this with discernment, though, because I'm not sure that it's going to be everything that you want, per se. It's going to feel good and look good and sound familiar, okay? Might even be a familiar place or familiar coworker or something like that, okay? But there's going to be something about this where you're either not sure of the details, maybe stuck in your head, or looking at, like, weighing the details in the contract and trying to decide if this is in your best good. But I actually see you possibly walking away from this, okay? Maybe because the offer isn't so great, all right? Just because you get an offer doesn't mean you need to take it if it doesn't suit your needs. Is there something positive coming for Karen? Positive job offer coming for Karen. Anything else we need to know about this? I don't think that this is the one, but I do feel like it's coming soon because I get the Star in reverse and I get Ace of Cups in reverse and asking for that, okay? So keep looking, my friend, but I don't feel like it's far away. I really don't. Keep the faith, please, okay? Okay, Les Mermaids. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, are you walking away from something? I just jumped out. Okay, what are you doing? What are you changing? What are you walking away from? What changes are you making in your life? What's the advice here for Miss Mermaid? What's the advice here? What's the advice? Are you doing some sort of... Is there new partnerships or something? But I feel like this isn't, like, I don't feel like this is necessarily romantic. I feel that this is kind of like either social connections or business connections, something like that for you, okay? Yeah. I feel like you're getting yourself unstuck. I don't know if you were like in a friend, you know, at the beginning of the reading, we talked about older or old relationships resurfacing, you know, people maybe from 10 years ago for whatever reason contacting you because they're trying to get rid of their trauma too and they're trying to heal as well. So that's kind of like what's interesting here. So I get that 8 of Cups, so it might have been you walking away from something in the past, but I get Hangman in reverse, okay? So someone's definitely getting themselves unstuck from something, but what are we getting ourselves unstuck from? 5 of Swords, 7 of Wands, okay? So whatever kind of energy was in connection to this, it was a little bit nasty. It was either dramatic or head-butting and that kind of yucky stuff. And you feeling like you were defensive or had to be defending yourself, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean physical, but, you know, defending your position and that kind of stuff. Does that make sense for you? Okay, these are for you as well. Okay. I feel like you're really trying to redefine things in your life right now and kind of decide what way is for you and what way is not for you. I think that there's a lot of choices that you're being put up with right now. Okay, I've got 7 of Cups, but I've also got Justice in reverse, which is also kind of making me feel that, and again, I hope this resonates for you because it's really kind of specific, but you know, there could be some old stuff coming up from the past that you felt like, you know, you weren't treated fairly. And now that this gets resurfaced, sometimes it brings up those old feelings again for you too, okay? So just stay aware, you know, so as long as you're working on that path, so long as you're like moving forward and trying to connect to the things that are going to make you happy, you can't really go wrong, okay? But you have to be fair to yourself. You have to work towards fairness for yourself as well. And if you're having these energies in the past, like 5 of Swords and like 7 of Wands, you don't need that energy. There's a reason why you walked away, right? Right. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me just take a quick look and see if there's one more. No, Mina, it's not a bad thing if your birthday's in retrograde. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Because guess what? Whether your birthday's in there or not, everyone's going through it. So don't sweat it, okay? Oh, yeah, I see that. That makes sense. You haven't talked to your sister in over a month. Okay, got it. All right. All right. Javiera. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay, Javiera. More information for Javiera. Is there going to be a message for her soon? Is there going to be a message for Javiera? You got choices too, girl. Okay? All right. Empress, that's you. Growing, you know, that strong woman, you know, like, okay, so that's your energy there. Also, this energy is very divine feminine type energy, a lot of renewal, a lot of like mothering, birthing type energy, you know, that Gaia creator type energy, okay? So you're connecting to yourself and your spiritual self as well, okay? But you're feeling all of those motherly, you know, womanly, divine feminine type qualities right now, okay? Here's what I got. I got the 3 of Wands in reverse. So this person, your person that we were talking about here, I think in the past we kind of looked elsewhere, or they looked elsewhere for their ships to come in, so to speak, or something to that effect. But now it's in reverse, so I don't know if this is a revisiting of information. But I do, again, as a repeating card, I get the 7 of Cups, okay? So what that means to me is you have choices here. You have to decide what is that right choice for you. Any advice for Javiera? Yep. Be careful what you're holding, okay? Don't carry too much at once, because when you do, you get off of balance, and it also will affect your emotional balance as well. That's very good advice. And as well, King of Swords. The King of Swords knows what they want. No one's going to tell them this or that. You know, they already have a firm idea of who they are, what they want, and what they're going for, okay? So you have choices. Okay, make sure you're making them from the right place by knowing what exactly it is that you want, so that you don't get out of balance. All right, sound good? All right. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me for this quick reading, and I will do my best to save it. Doesn't always work, but if it does save, I will post the replay on YouTube so that you guys can watch and listen to your messages again. So again, thank you so much, and if you do end up watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to do readings for you all. Have a beautiful night, my friends. Mwah.